Hey, what's up, traders? Will from Sydney Stocks here. We've got a 10 EMA strategy video here on YouTube. So within this video, I will be going over how to trade 10 EMA, whilst also incorporating a little bit of volume price analysis in the same time. I will be trying to go as slow and as well explained as I can within this video, just so I can clarify the general terms basically of the strategy. So yeah, I hope this video, maybe clarifies the strategy a lot more than maybe previous videos, or maybe you've been testing this strategy because you've seen a trader on Twitter or maybe a trader inside a Discord channel using this strategy, and maybe you want some more like in-depth on how to actually use this strategy yourself, because I personally am profitable with it and have been very consistent using this 10 EMA strategy for a very, very long time now, and it's one of my favorites for finding entries and exits. So let's just get into it. We will be analyzing Tesla's market structure from the Wednesday, which is the 23rd of November, so yesterday, as today is the Thursday. And first thing first, I just want to do some rules. So let's go in this box here, let's do a border, let's put in black, and let's do some rules for the 10 EMA. Alright, so rule number one, which I always stick to when day trading, do not trade if the stock is still within the prior day's range. So what I mean by that is, for example, this here is Tesla's range on the Monday. Right, we was gapping within this range on the Tuesday, and I would have not traded this stock because we were still in yesterday's range. Right, I'm trading Tesla on the Wednesday, which is what we're back trading, only because we've actually gone above Tuesday's range, so it gives us a green tick. We know our long/short bias, and straight away we know that we're long bias, because we're gapping above. Obviously, if we was gapping below, we would be short, and since we're gapping above, we're going to be looking for long entries. And that's just basically how it is. So yeah, I will add to these rules throughout the video, and let's get into Tesla real quick. So let's go up to the open. Oh, skipped it a little bit too far, so let's go back a little bit. My bad, guys. I was looking at 3 o'clock instead of 2:30. So yes, here we go. Opening candle. First thing off the back, we see a super bearish candle, super high bearish volume. It's also worth noting the difference between the volume. I mean, well, not the difference, but for example, this 3-minute open, we got a high of 89k volume on Tesla, whereas Tuesday open, we got a high of 71k. So we've already seen another 20k shares being bought or sold within the opening candle. It's always very key to analyze the first candle as well. One thing I like to do is, maybe you've seen in previous videos as well, I like to go bullish if the high is broken, and obviously bearish, but there's actually no lower wick. So first 3-minute candle, we see that a lot of shorts are grabbing shares. So yeah, generally looks very, very bearish. Next candle comes in, and every single short who wanted to obviously go short within this 3-minute candle, the first opening candle, is now technically under the water. Right, so what that means is that they are forced to cover shares, or they're going to short more shares, but let's look at it as they are trapped. Right, so that's obviously going to increase the volume when we do start chugging along to the upside, hopefully. And it's something you really want to see, because trap shorts mean that we're going to accelerate the price action in the direction we want to see it in. So we're still looking for our entry signal. I will obviously highlight it when it does come, but so far it looks super bullish, and I'm happy with this trade. You could always mark the pre-market high as well. So for example, pre-market high is just here. Not the best line, just around here, right? Next candle comes in, we test pre-market high. It looks like we will break out soon. Still no entry signal. Next candle comes in, and this is our entry signal. It is let's do another one of these, so then we can clarify a little bit more. Our entry signal Oh god. Okay, so let's do this. Let's stick it in blue so it matches the 10 EMA color, which is the blue line on screen. Entry, we want to see for long, we want to see a bearish candle close above the 10 EMA, and obviously vice versa if short, right? And this is our entry signal. We've seen a bearish candle close above, and what we do from that is we place a limit buy order, a limit bullish buy order above the high of this candle. Reason is because if the stock does, like for example, if you market bought within this candle and then the stock just consolidated and then just dropped, like you're gonna be losing on that trade. But if you market bought and the stock never actually reached the high of this candle, then you know it's gonna be bullish as well. One thing I do want to note also is that this is a tweezer top. Okay. So I don't know if you guys know the facts around Tesla, but it costs a hell of a lot of money to, hold a stock at a certain price, especially Tesla. Like I'm talking millions of dollars. So ideally we are looking for the break of these two candles to then go long. Stop loss will be below the either a support or below a wick. I'm using the opening wick on this trade, as that's the recent pivot, as well as this retest support zone, which I have highlighted from Monday's swing. So my stop loss go there, and let's delete this red one here. So yeah, we're just basically looking to get filled now. Next candle comes in, we are decreasing on volume. So traders, what do you already think of that? You already know it's a pullback, it's a steady pullback. You always want to see a decrease in volume when we are pulling back, because that means that sellers aren't obviously heavily short in stock. They're not obviously thinking that the stock is going to go down further, and we are also holding a this 174 level, which if we scroll on the chart is this recent pre-market low before the CPI date. So quite a key level. Okay, we would have got filled on that candle. Very, very nice as well. On the volume side, super bullish volume. It looks like the breakout is happening right now. I have actually reduced my target. So target is always 1.2R. So let's add this to the rules. Oh, don't mean to do this. Rule number 2 is always target 1.2R plus. That is such a key target. Because if you're only risking, if you're only targeting 1R for every trade, you've got to win 75% of the time to become a profitable trader, including commissions and stuff. If you're winning 1.2R on every trade and only risking 1R, your likelihood of actually being profitable after commissions and everything far increases, and it's just a far better setup. Now, obviously, you don't have to go for 1.2. You could go for more, but generally, 1.2R target is the goal for each trade. I always like to take 75% off at a 1.2R target and then leave 25% on to run with a trading stop loss of like $1 or $2, depending on the stock price. But that's up to you, and I will cover trailing stops in a future video if any of you guys are needing knowledge on how to actually operate them. So next counter comes in. Now again, a lot of follow through, super bullish, testing this resistance right now, and we're currently holding it. So green tick. That's another entry signal to go bullish, and the trade just keeps on going on, and it's that simple. It really is that simple. One, the stock is trading above yesterday's prior range. You know when to go bullish. Two, the stock sets up above 10 EMA, so you got to enter. Three, it was a bull flag. It's another bullish signal. You can always trade with VWAP. The VWAP's the current. My VWAP's this orange yellow line. Was above VWAP, so that's always another good point. But yeah, that's a very easy trade on Tesla if you did take this using the 10 EMA. Alright, let's stick these two up here. And let's see if we can get another entry signal on Tesla here. So, starting to pull back. Obviously quite a high volume as well. Let's just see where this goes. These are, of course, entry signals for going bullish. So you could do a long position like this. Limit buy obviously above the high, and this at the swing low. But you've also got to think about how much the stock's already moved, right? And the good thing about this strategy, if you are using limit buys, you can always move your your entry position lower, therefore increasing your risk to reward or decreasing your risk to reward, and just moving your stop loss to make it a lot more tighter to your entry. So on this candle we are filled. Not really too much to comment on. It is still playing with 10 EMA. Okay, next candle comes in. We've got a spin top. Again, not too much to comment on. It is just a very nice candle. It looks like we're prepping for the breakout of the high. Next candle, another consolidation candle. Still nothing to comment on. And this is our retest. That's our retest candle right there. That is also a swing, so then we can move our stop loss up. You could always do it this tight, but then you got to think about if the stock does, do something along the lines of this, we are going to get stopped out. So you can always leave it a little bit more loose, just in case we are. So that is obviously another rule as well. So rule number 3, move your stop loss. Move your stop loss up after the price pivots. I'm going to add in a second here as well in brackets. So what I mean by this is you always want to keep your stop loss, not on the first pivot, but on the second. So obviously this would be the first pivot here. Let's make it easier to read, actually. So this would be your first pivot here, and this is your second. So for example, if we ignore this first pivot here, and we count this as the first pivot, our stop loss would be all the way down here, because this is the second pivot. But once we see a new pivot, we can move our stop loss up, right? Pretty straightforward. Just keeps your risk to reward correct and all that good stuff. So now we're still waiting. We've broke the high in this candle, I believe. So yeah, we broke the high. And it's very, very bullish. We're getting an increase in volume. It's looking great. We've got our resistance just above. Risk to reward is perfect. Still consolidating. Bit of a bear flag, bit of a retracement here. And what are we going to do? Okay. And Bosch would have hit that one as well. So it really is a simple strategy. And, that's Tesla. You could have traded it twice directly in the path of being bullish on this day if you did trade it. There are obviously other entries. For example, you could have entered the stock here as well, as this is a bullish candle. But you've also got to think about where your stop loss is going to go and your profit target, which would have been at the same place. Right. So, yeah. Very, very short video. I hope it clarifies a little bit on how to trade the strategy. I will obviously, try and do a few more of these and maybe go into some retracement strategies or S-curve strategies as well. But generally, that is how to trade the 10 EMA. It's a super simple strategy. As long as the setup is right, then I'm pretty sure you'll have a good trade. Now, don't take this as a 100% win strategy, because it obviously depends on the price action. No strategy is 100% unless, you're probably like a god, or I don't know, someone who can read the tape like extremely well as do all this technical analysis and all the rest of it. But, super simple. One thing I do want to add is we do have a Discord as well. Link in the description of this YouTube video. I always post my alerts for free in there, and they're usually all to do with the 10 EMA strategy. So if you want some clarification on on how we alert and how we trade this strategy on a day-to-day basis, then obviously you can get in there and receive some free alerts, because we're super nice like that. Right, that's it for this video, guys. I hope you all have a lovely Thanksgiving, as today is Thanksgiving, and I'll catch you in the next video. Also, like and subscribe if you're new to the channel, or like this video. Great. Cheers.